Hey, everybody. Uh, I am Captain Tommy Scoville, and you are on the lifeboat. How are you this morning? Well, I hope you're having a good Tuesday so far. Mine is starting off like a house of fire. I hope everybody had a good Monday night. Russ, how are you, Russ? Good to see you. So, people, um, I'm keeping this one short this morning. I have a really, really tough headache on the right side of my. I got alive. Hey, hey, lifeboat. Nice to see you, Rachel. Anik Alexander, good to see you. It's a rough few days, Tommy. Says Russ. Yeah, it's been a rough few days. Um, so I live in I live in the middle of nowhere, kind of. I mean, I'm in a city, but I live in the middle of nowhere. I have you can't see a neighbor. It's kind of a really nice setup. I live kind of up on a hill. But you get this definite sense of security. Russ, I would love to talk to you this evening, bud. Maybe we'll go on there live. I'll reach out to you here in a bit. So I'm on the top of this hill up here comfortably, and last night at about 10:30. Oh, cat. Sorry. Last night at about 10:30. I heard a noise, and it was one of those things that I didn't hear it first. The animal heard it first, and then it was really obvious that the animal was kind of spooked. So I will trust her intuition. So I kind of started listening really closely and heard what were a couple of voices talking. And when I went outside to look, they were very near my automobile, which is you can't accidentally end up near my car. You're not going to drive by it, or right. It's not something that you could accidentally end up near. But it was at least two people. So this may come as a shock to you people, but I can't go grab a shotgun. the I am because of the lifestyle that I led in the past. I am precluded from owning a firearm for the rest of my time on planet Earth. And so I keep a handful of approved weapons near the door. Usually these are weapons that you require swinging, right? These are not weapons that you can pull a trigger on or anything. You got to actually generate a little force in the direction of whoever you're swinging it at. To make a long story short, when I went out to Rachel, that occurred to me. I went out to talk to these three people, and two of them made haste very quickly and sort of ran off of my property down over the edge. And a third, who I had not noticed up until that point, took a swing at me. And if you're a guy, you probably had that experience. Stop it, squirrel. Where somebody tries to punch you, and at the very last second, you see it, and you kind of do one of these numbers. But I don't know if you can catch that. You see that? Well, I got hit, and I iced this puppy down, but I did not get a concussion. There's nothing like that. It was very much a glancing blow. But this is actually one of those rare occasions where I can say, you really should see the other guy. And I'm not joking. Normally when someone says that, it's ironic. But this one worked out, and I'm not exactly sure whether we could have had potential thieves. I know a lot of people here are going to jump to conclusions and assume that these people are with an organization of people that have a long history of harassing people and things of that nature. I know you would, Russ. I'm in good shape. I'm in good shape. I have taken care of every single thing that needs to be taken care of. I promise you on that. And this is all documented and right, all of that good stuff. Yeah, I'm all right. No, I'm in good shape. Honestly, I'm in pretty good shape. But the there are some other paperwork that needs to be filled out with people that, of course, I used to really love spending time around. So this morning I'm going to be taking some time to uh, show the police where the people were and all of that jazz, so that they can take some photos and things. It's a difficult thing to do really late at night, especially if you don't really want to upset my really like the one neighbor I have who is not a young woman, which this almost kind of happened on her. It was definitely my property, but it was so close to her property that I would imagine that she'd have been pretty frightened. She was alone. You know what? I don't know, Scooby. I don't really need that one. I promise you. I appreciate it, but this sounds like it's a bigger deal than it is. This was not. This was definitely not. I mean, there's a big deal that somebody came up here. That really, I don't like that at all. But this was not that big a deal at all. The guy that stole my watch. Remember that one? The guy that stole my watch and all my cash. People are desperate to do crazy things. Yeah, Rachel, they really are. Get Alan back here, Alan Valentine. I thought about maybe or calling in well, there were a few other names that did come to mind of people I thought, you know what, I could have that person come out and just stay with me for a few days, and if nothing else, we'd have a few laughs. I'm not worried, people. I'm really not. Squirrel needs a canine, big brother. It's really funny that you say that, because it was a canine big sister that made the noise. It was not Squirrel Nut Zipper doesn't do much barking. This was another animal that, and the animal did one of those, huh? The head look popped up. I was, no, I dog sit on a pretty regular basis, as you guys know, and I was dog sitting. A crossbow isn't a firearm. There you go. I think I don't know if the difference is a state or a federal thing, but in the I can't own a firearm thing with the federal government, they go as far as to say, if what you have for defense has a trigger, then you cannot own it. So that's just a Fed thing. Like, that was always in my all of my discharge paperwork and all of my probation paperwork and all that stuff. It's very, very clear that they do not want. Well, you say thank goodness for dogs as alarms, and I 100% agree with you, right? I again, I was fortunate to be dog sitting at the time, and I was fortunate that I put ice on this instantly. It looked a little bit more ugly last night, but there's not much color to it, and that's usually a good sign that you didn't get hit very hard. Slingshot. Hey, people, if I told you what I swung at this guy, you'd probably just say, oh, okay, cool, right? I mean, if you were to grab a big Louisville Slugger or any of the things that I have near the front door, right? This may come as a shock to a lot of you, but except maybe Russ, but this kind of crap does happen in where we lived last time. Like, this kind of crap happens every single day. So it wasn't really all that big a deal. Love you too, Jackson. Hold on a second. It may, Tommy, it may not be. You may be cool with it, but yeah, you might want to read it. It's if I figured we could count on Jeremy Shelton. Good evening, everyone. Sounds like Tommy kicked more butt than Kramer did when he beat up those kids in karate class. Honestly, if I could have redesigned the entire scene, I would have liked to have been able to maybe have a conversation with one of them, but because I think that could have been a very interesting conversation. But I wasn't thinking really clearly. I was a little freaked out because I heard a noise in my house at 10:30 at night, and it kind of freaked me out. But I am going to be spending a decent amount of this morning filling out some reports and getting some things photographed from the good guys. The good guys. How funny is that? Hi, Kathy. On my way to clinic, husband drives. He thinks addicts in the parking lot will scrap the car. He parks on the other side and waits 3 hours. CK, I'm laughing with you, not at you. This is a great example of the kind of things that you deal with when your disease isn't, if your disease is not diabetes. If you've got to show up at a clinic every morning, there's a lot of people that view people who are at methadone clinics as low life trash. Sadly, that's how we're viewed, right? This is what people think about us. And it's one of the reasons that we wanted to start the Lifeboat, so there could be a place where we didn't have to feel that. A place where we could come and get together without having to feel people like a bunch of drug addicts. All of that stuff can get. You should win something for that. I swear to God, you should. Yeah, Suboxone. I mean, usually Suboxone clinics. Anyway, I'm sorry that you have to go through that, CK. That's not fair, and it's hurtful. But so you know what? I put up Scoob. I put up the wrong one. Where is he? Sorry, that is the best comment ever. Captain, go into the police station, walk right up and say, all right, here's the deal. Would you believe me that last night, first person that I talked to after I did this, I swear to you, I let off with a here's the deal. I probably need to stop saying that. As I said, this did not catch me straight on. If you've been in a bunch of fistfights, you know what happens if a man who hits you has his wrist roll, right? If the wrist rolls, it's not going to do any damage. They can carry an air pistol legally. I'll be damned. I'll be really honest. The dude that I think he would have been much happier if I had shot him 35 times with an air rifle than if what happened. You know what? People were getting things are getting more violent by the day in this world, and that's kind of a sad thing. It really is, but it is the world that we live in. So we're gonna get used to it. I have there's a lot I'm going to have to do this morning, which is going to pain don't hurt. Jeremy Shelton, pain don't hurt. Amen. Anybody, but just for future reference, if you can work in a Patrick Swayze quote this early in the morning, it's going up. Like I'm going to read it on the air because that is just so damn good. And that perfect use. A cast iron skillet makes a good self-defense tool. I prefer either a Louisville slugger, say a 33, or a samurai sword that you could shave with. Either one. Oh no, I did. He definitely. I ran him off. One of the things about swinging something is that very often you propel people. It was kind of hillside. To make a long story short, no, if I was able to hold one of them, that would be great. But that didn't happen. Ian, my whole life I slept with a self-defense nearby, but those days are over. I'm not going to go back for something as stupid as that. You know what I mean? Like I can have a good life without owning a gun. It's not one I'm ever gonna play with. But All right. Because of the morning that I am getting to look at, right? I have to, I got a cordless nail gun. Oh, for defense. Good Lord, that'll do it. So keep in mind, peeps, I don't want everyone reaching out and saying Tommy left the show really early because he's dying. I just have a lot I'm going to have to do this morning. And I would like to put ice back on my face. Like that wouldn't suck. I would like to keep the swelling down because I am a handsome dude. You know what I mean? And I don't want it to do like Adam Sandler. I'll just film the rest of the lifeboats like this. I have pointed that out to you all before, right? You know what, Anik? Maybe in about a week or so, I'll tell a really more detailed version of this. But I think that it would be important to maybe make sure that the first person that hears the vast majority of the details of this is going to be the investigator that actually handles the case. I would not want to smut up anything or make that job more difficult for whoever has to do it by describing them or doing anything like that. But that's that. I mean, that's a really logical question, isn't it? Because kids go out and try to wahoo at night, and I used to try to break into cars or do whatever. Yeah, pistol-sized crossbow, lots of bolts. Yes, all of those things are great, people. All of those things are. Yeah, well, you know what? It could be that someone was attempting to rob my car. It could be. Probably not the best use of the two backup guys, right? Like if I was in the process of trying to break into a car and I had to walk through like things that make a lot of noise, I think I probably want to do it without backup. But I don't know. I don't 100% know. I got a couple of theories, and I'm going to work through those theories with the men in blue, and then I will talk to you guys later on today. I'm sure I'll do an update at some point, but I'd like to get a shower up. I didn't do that last night, and get myself cleaned up. Maybe go for a swim. Then I'm going to do a bagel. You okay? Squirrels. All right, people. This is a cat in a basket. But of course, you knew that. I keep my heart, my soul, and my spirit close to miracles. Patrick Swayze. Drop the mic. I'm done. See you guys on the next one.